Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our exclusive webinar, Maximizing Revenue with Brand Protection Strategies for iGaming Brands. My name is Faruk. I'm the Chief Revenue Officer at Revpanda. I'm super excited to be your host today at today's session. Due to an emergency, unfortunately, our co-founder and Chief Business Officer, Barb, cannot join us today, but we have got Txema Hermoso, our Chief Growth Officer, with us. Txema, please take a minute and introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Txema Hermoso. I'm Spanish. I've been working on iGaming for almost 10 years, mostly focused on SEO and growth of different websites. And what I currently do at Revpanda, it's analyzing different websites of our clients and identifying what could be the most successful strategies in order to increase their return on investment, their search engine performance, or any sort of increase that may affect the revenue and the sources of traffic for any client.
Fantastic, Txema. By the way, during our last webinar about Euro 2024, you betted on Germany, but well, your home country, Spain, won it. What do you think about it?
Such a shame on me. I mean, I should have gone all in for Spain, but truly, I did not believe we could make it. And surprise thing is we did, and we actually beat Germany. So, I mean, I was happy of losing my bet, but next time I should be a bit more national supportist.
Absolutely. Now we are having Olympics, so hopefully you will win a lot of medals. So let's see how it's going to be with football as well.
Absolutely.
Txema, maybe it would be a good idea just to give our viewers a little intro about Revpanda. So if some of you haven't met us yet, we are a digital marketing agency helping top iGaming brands achieve their digital marketing goals through a wide range of services such as SEO, digital PR, link building, copyright translations, any kind of testing services, and so on. Majority of our clients are coming from the iGaming space. We work with iGaming operators, affiliate marketing companies, and also we help B2B providers in the iGaming space. And before we jump into the conversation, I would like to have a little bit of housekeeping here. I'm targeting this webinar to be about, like, let's say, half an hour today, and I will ask Txema some questions that we received from our social media. And also I will show some examples, such like case studies, for instance, and I believe it will be helpful to cover the topic. And before we dive into the discussion, I would like to remind you all that we'll be taking questions throughout the session. Please feel free to submit yours into the chat box at any time that you wish. And before we get started, I would like to have an announcement here, as we are all here gathering. At Revpanda platform, we just launched our translation services. And you can now go ahead and order your translation services right away on the Revpanda platform. All right, so we just go back to the topic today, which is about brand protection. And Txema, actually, before we talk about the brand protection from the SEO point of view, I'm wondering about your opinion on brand awareness for iGaming websites. I think if, let's say, if your brand doesn't stand out, people don't see your brand around, they won't search your branded keywords. And in this case, you really don't actually have any kind of approach for the brand protection in SEO-wise. What's the importance of brand awareness for SEO?
I mean, absolutely, Faruk. Well, first of all, for the people who's not savvy, what is brand awareness? Well, brand awareness is when a specific target audience recognizes your name, your products, your logos, your promotions, any kind of item which directly relates to your brand. And when this target audience can establish quick associations. For example, if I talk about Ferrari, everybody thinks about luxury, about sports cars, about Formula One. If I say Renault, you may think about standard car, that it's affordable, that anybody can buy. And if I talk about Maxus, well, probably most of the audience will not know what is Maxus. Maxus is a Chinese brand. They launched recently, they brought their products to Europe, mostly focused on vans. But to be honest, there is not much brand awareness at the moment. So we don't associate that company with anything in particular. For this, I mean, brand awareness will always depend on your specific target audience geographically and within niches. I mean, someone who is really into cars may know all these brands and may know deep insights. Someone who doesn't know much about cars, like me, unless I am searching for a van, I will never discover this Chinese brand called Maxus. Now, most brands, we know that they spend huge amounts of money in creating this brand awareness through different tools. They have the standard marketing actions, the sponsorships, the ads. Well, we know that Ferrari, everybody know Ferrari for the F1 team, which is highly expensive to maintain. Other marketing actions in order to increase brand awareness are the public relations, digital PR campaigns. Social media has now grown in the last 10, even 20 years as one of the newest channels to increase brand awareness. According to newest channels, we have influencer marketing as well. And also something that started touching SEO, it's building trust through informational content examples. Particularly me, I was researching for a van to buy. And I went on Google and I wrote how to choose the best electrical commercial van. And I found this article of Maxus. And then I said, okay, who is this Maxus? I never heard about them. But then you arrive to this article, which is purely informational. It's not promoting the brand. But then you see, okay, about Maxus, why electric vehicles? And you start navigating through transactional pages from a starting point, which was an informational. Another example of this, it's what you have on the screen. This is an article made by MG. It's on MG Motors. It's how to choose the best electrical car. So we can see that many different companies, bigger with bigger brand awareness or smaller, MG, it's quite popular, especially in the UK. But they try this strategy, building informational content in order for people to meet and find that brand, and from there, try to show their products. Now, brand awareness generates loyalty. I mean, you are more likely to visit a restaurant franchise when you already enjoy the food there. Like me, if I go to China and I don't want to eat cockroaches, maybe I go to McDonald's. Why? Because I know that in McDonald's, I eat the same thing as I eat normally in Europe. And this loyalty, which is a bit exaggerated in the case of McDonald's, it happens as well. People buy the same shoes because you know that these shoes were working before. And the same empathy you generate with any kind of product when you already know that product, when you already know that brand. Now, on SEO, which is the end topic of all these comments, it happens exactly the same. Users are more likely to visit a website if they already visited this website in the past and they rely on the information, they reply and they rely on their products. Now that I know this Maxus website, which I didn't know before, if I'm researching about more information about electrical vans, I may go on there because I know that they specifically dedicate to this niche. Same happens with gambling. Users, when they know a casino operator, when they know a betting site, and this betting site is generating betting tips, betting recommendations, a casino is explaining how to play baccarat, how to play keno. If it's someone that you rely, you may choose that result from the search engine results page rather than other results which may end up first, second, third, but you don't know them before. And overall, I would say I went a bit through all what I consider it's important related to brand awareness and its kind of relation that could have with search engine optimization.
Absolutely, Txema. I fully agree with you. I think it is very important for brands, doesn't have to be iGaming brands, honestly, to start the whole journey from the informational intent and moving this towards the commercial and even navigational intent phase. And then later, audience, they find about the brand more, and then hopefully brands will convert and SEO actually will do a good job over there. So I fully agree with you. And thanks for touching base on the other channels, not only the organic search, but the other brand awareness channels that you mentioned. But today our topic is all about SEO. So let's maybe define brand protection in SEO terms.
Okay, so as we were speaking before, a company may spend very valuable resources in generating brand awareness. I mean, my wife, she works for a betting site, and she's head of marketing, and she spends zillions, in sponsorships, in bringing this athlete or this football player, etc. And the thing is that all that will lead people searching for your brand, okay? Your brand products, your offers, your promotions, and these will lead into organic search. As we said before, if the people doesn't know about your brand, they're not going to Google it. But all the efforts that you generate through the previous actions we mentioned to increase brand awareness, it will turn into organic searches. Now, if the results for certain branded keywords is not accurate, they could lead your branded traffic to a competitor. I mean, I searched for a screenshot for this. This is Squawka. Squawka it's a big website, not specifically related to sports betting. It's more about sports and sports news. It's very big in the UK. And if you type 888 betting welcome bonus, you will find Squawka in the second position, which for standard users, maybe it builds this loyalty, because if you normally visit Squawka to read about sport news, etc., you will rely that the information about this bonus is very valid on this website. Now, we know that this big authority could, it's currently ranking second position. So it could attract a lot of the branded traffic for a brand such as 888. What does this page say? It says there is no bonus available, which is not true. On the first result from Odds Checker, it's quite another popular website, but it's more directly related to betting. We can see that there is a betting offer, £30 for any welcome, I guess, a new client. And in this case, it's not giving misleading information. The information is correct. There is this offer, but if the client searching for 888 promo code arrives to this website, they will click on this button, claim, and there is an affiliate link for Odds Checker, which means if they open an account, 888 will have to give part of the revenue, part of the losses of this client to Odds Checker, which is their business. It's an affiliate. On this example, we can see that 888 Sports is currently ranking 4th position for their own keyword, 888 betting welcome bonus. So it's a good example of how they could optimize with a brand protection keyword and prevent from, one, losing clients because someone checking for a welcome bonus. They will think that if they go to Squawka result, they will think that there is no welcome bonus, or losing just part of their revenue, because if they go to Odds Checker, they may be paying 30-40% of rev share to this affiliate, or even some CPA, some initial cost for the acquisition of this client.
I see.
Yes?
Txema, I actually, before we started preparing this webinar, I actually created this journey, let's say, for any kind of iGaming entity that's looking for the brands and branded keywords. And usually it happens as this way. So this is what I understand from what you're saying. So users, they search for branded keywords. So it could be, let's say, casino name bonus, casino name payments, anything that is branded, right? And then later, in a typical case where the brand actually doesn't really invest in brand protection, they land on some affiliate websites. So as you can see, affiliate websites, they rank on the higher positions on the search results. And later on, they can actually notice the brand itself. But brand needs to cover some affiliate expenses here, like CPA or rev share. So typical example here, you search the other brands. I've got just a very random one here on Google as well. So as you can see, all of them are like affiliate websites, as you can see. So this is actually usually an additional cost for iGaming brands. They could even cover like almost 90% of their branded keywords, and their affiliate costs may significantly decrease here. So what you were explaining is actually we think that a good brand protection strategy first ranks the brand itself, right, on the top result. And then later, the other websites that we create, we call them satellite websites, they can actually derive the traffic back to the homepage, which is the main website. So in this case, the users, they will finally find the the brand website, and it will be actually less expensive for the brand itself. So I don't know if I summarized it after you were telling all the details.
I mean, you did it perfect, because actually the previous screenshot, it looks exactly the same as the example I put for the previous one. It looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
This one looks exactly the same as the 888 example I gave. In this case, you put the brand on 5th position, but yeah, you see this one, we have 888 on 4th position and 3 affiliate websites on the top for quite an example, like welcome bonus. I mean, it's quite an important keyword because everybody searches for this. Normally, I talk about protecting your long tail keywords, but I wouldn't say that brand welcome bonus, it's even a long tail. It's quite a direct branded keyword. And people normally tells me like, no, our brand is protected. If I search 888, my brand comes the first one. And yes, that's true. But the thing is, users, they don't only search for your name, if they search for your name, it's probably more of navigational intent. They really want to go to your website, but instead of type it in a browser, they type it on Google. But the people who wants to open a new account, the new customer acquisition, it will normally start with a kind of a branded long tail keyword. So always I recommend brands. First, ensure your website rank for branded search keywords. Ensure that long tails like promotions, games, registration info, payment methods, contact, etc. They are also ranking top positions, and target getting feature snippets and read results that stand out for other results. This is something that is quite also important, because we know that Google sometimes generates a result that is just one line, the meta title and the meta description, but through structured data, we can create big snippets with different icons, very shiny, that they're going to move down to your competitors. Because overall, what we want is that the people, even though if you're ranking number 1, they don't click also on option 2, because you could end up losing some revenue share due to clicking that. And that is where your last slide about the satellite websites comes in, because the satellite websites, maybe people, they are not very friendly with this concept. A satellite website is basically a very small website that will just target your branded keywords. It may have 5 to 10, 15 pages, depending on the size, on how big the brand is. You may require a bigger number of pages or a lesser number of pages, but because it's completely semantically focused on one brand, Google will rank for that branded keywords much higher than the affiliates with much a bigger backlink profile, with a bigger history And the aim is to have not only the first result, but also the second, third, if possible, the fourth, if possible, the fifth, among the top 5. So you will move for your iGaming operator, you will move all your competitors, the historically high ranking affiliates, you will move them to position 4, 5, 6, and anyone going to your satellite website, there will be call to actions exclusively to your website. And depending on the formula you agree when building the satellite website, but if it's entirely yours, you will have a zero acquisition cost for your new clients. Okay, I think I covered everything.
Yeah, I think it was fantastic, and maybe we can share this example actually from one of our clients that we did the work for the entire brand protection strategy. So you are the brain behind it. Maybe you can explain it better, Txema.
So this was a project we built 5 different satellite websites. And from what we see in the example, obviously for non-disclosure agreements, we have the brand covered. But the first result, which is brand.org, that is not the client website. That is our satellite with only, I believe it was 6 pages only, very few backlinks. And we are outranking the main website, which is operator.com. And then as a third result, we also have another satellite website, which is operatorcasino.com. Fourth result is another operator website, which is another combination of keywords, casinos. You see, the previous one is casino, second one is in plural. And then position 5, we have As Gamblers, which is a giant. Position 6, we have Casino Guru. And I believe position 7 and 9, we have the other 2 satellite websites. Unfortunately,
correct.
We didn't manage to cover the top 6, but I think it's already quite a success that with 5 satellites, 4 of them are ranking among the top 5 for quite a big query, like brand casino games. And this happens with many different queries. Obviously, each website has a different approach, a different content. It's targeting different user intent and keywords. So maybe for a keyword not related to games and related to bonus, the example that here ranks 4th will rank 1st or will rank 2nd. However, it's a clear example of what the satellites are. And as I say, in this particular example, each satellite had 6 different pages. So the costs for the operator, they were quite small. Everything done with quite of the same template, just small changes here and there. And the page looks exactly as the brand. So even if a client arrives to this satellite website, when they click the sign up or the login button, they will not realize they are changing website because the satellite website already looks like the operator website itself.
Txema, I think, first of all, it didn't fit here. Yes, there are other results with the satellite websites we have. And second thing is maybe it's a good idea to show the affiliates, and they are listed here. So, it will maybe make it better for our audience to understand the concept in a way. So can we say, Txema, as you're the expert here, this is the ideal scenario when it comes to a successful brand protection strategy. Is that correct?
This is perfect.
All right. So now I think it's a good time to explain our audience if they can apply such a strategy, or maybe in other words, how can an iGaming brand get started with a successful brand protection strategy? What are the steps to take?
Well, first of all, I will first think we need to empower the main website to rank for the most branded keywords through SEO strategies. Particularly in the example we were showing before, the main website was actually ranking 2nd for a specific keyword, and that is because they hired us to build the satellites, but we were not working on optimizing their main website. So normally, what I recommend is try to optimize the website, try to build some content. If this is not allowed, because sometimes operator websites, they have very complex code and they don't allow you to this, build an SEO-friendly code and build a blog or an informational section, subdomain, subfolder for this main domain to try to rank for the broader amount of branded keywords. And not only that, also try to rank for additional side keywords. I mean, if you are dedicated to blackjack, write a section about blackjack strategy, because that will help not only protecting your brand and increasing the EAT of the website, but overall acquiring informational traffic, as when I was explaining the previous example of Maxers, bringing people who initially they are not thinking about opening an account on your casino and getting to know your brand, and that could lead them to open. So first step would be optimize your main website. Now, as I said, if the main website has limitations, build an optimized section, an SEO optimized section to increase the authority, target informational keywords. And as a third option, I would say establish a few microsites, these satellite websites, to target specifically the top 5 results for any branded keywords. Like that, you will reduce the competition for terms related to your brand.
I see, Txema. Actually, you mentioned an important topic here. We see this a lot. There are lots of operators in the market that they are built on some very rigid, very inflexible, let's say, infrastructure, and it is almost impossible to do any kind of SEO work on their own website. So for that reason, I know that you also implement another strategy. Sometimes you create an SEO-friendly blog section or news section just to run the brand's SEO over there. So that could be also a kind of a supporting strategy to the brand protection strategy. Do I understand correctly?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it would be, for me, it would be the first step in optimizing our website for branded search. First of all, you need to rank for your brand, rank for your branded keywords. And because some operators, they are done with a white label template, many of them come to me like, I have this bet construct theme and I cannot include all the SEO fixes you are telling me. I say, like, don't worry, you can build a subdomain or a subfolder with a different CMS, and you will have 2 sections of your website. One dedicated for your clients to enjoy your website, play the games, do their betting, and another section of your clients who will be another section of your website, which will be the new acquisition of clients and attracting all those branded keywords and informational keywords. And all that website, all that section, not dedicated for the players, but for the acquisition, will have a funneling, and every client will be pushed to go to the main transactional website. So that's my main recommendation, and that's something that we do. We build parallel websites, or as I said, a subdomain, a subfolder, even an independent website with a very similar name, but it will not be a satellite. It will be a bit bigger to be the main point of reference for search engines for that brand. And then we suggest to increase and build these satellites.
So it could be like the first step, and you work on the brand's SEO, and then later maybe we can set up a brand protection strategy according to. So this will be like an overall holistic approach for the entire SEO that a brand can run.
That would be the ideal, depending on resources, obviously.
Absolutely. Txema, so, in today's marketing, return on investment is probably the biggest metric that we all look at. And brands often work with affiliate websites to attract traffic to their website. But in this case, they need to share part of the revenues. They need to pay, some models like CPA and so on. When brand protection strategy is set up correctly, in this case, ROI will be affected in a very positive way, and then it can actually help the entire marketing budget and the company's revenues. So can you tell us the relationship between with the marketing ROI and applying the right brand protection strategy, and how it would affect a brand?
Yeah, I mean, of course, it's one of the first terms any client brings to us when they want to make their website grow, they want to improve their return on investment. Especially, I mean, on the gambling industry, it's quite clear because, you know, you need to invest so much amounts, and the return at some points, it could be potentially very high, but initially not very high. So in order to understand how to improve the return on investment, you need to think about a concept which is the user acquisition cost. Now, when the user acquisition cost is very high, we know that some operators, they pay to affiliates a CPA, an initial cost for every user that they bring or that they register, and then they pay a percentage of the losses they may have during your account. So first of all, you need to reduce that user acquisition cost, and like that, you will generate a bigger average revenue per user. How to do this? Well, you know, if you are bringing clients from PPC, you have very clear user acquisition. I mean, if 10 people clicks on your paid result on Google, and 2 of them they will open an account, you can establish a clear cost per user, which is every 10 spends item on PPC, I get 2 users. With SEO, it's a bit more difficult because we know that SEO, it's a long-term strategy, and at the beginning there will be initial costs, and the return on investment will be on a long term. With affiliate, the affiliate traffic acquisition could have some fixed cost, as I say, CPA, and variable long-term cost, which is the rev share, because it will depend. I mean, if a client keeps the account for 3 years and they keep making deposits every month and losing money, in the end, if you reach an agreement of paying a 20, a 30, a 40% to that affiliate, you will keep long in time paying a cost per acquisition for that client. Now, when we talk about branded traffic acquisitions, there is no associated cost. You need to obviously then allocate part of your marketing budget to that, but there is no direct associated cost, because if someone is searching for your brand, they arrive to your website and they open an account, you don't have to pay CPA and you don't have to pay revenue share, which is, on the long run, it could be much bigger. And that's why, by protecting your brand, if you are doing these marketing strategies, if you have, I don't know, Cristiano Ronaldo advertising your casino, and everybody will know that your casino, it's very popular because Cristiano Ronaldo goes there, and then they search on Google, and still you paid Cristiano Ronaldo many millions for him to advertise your casino, you're going to pay 40% of the losses of every client to a third-party affiliate. Then there is no way that you will end up compensating all the investment done on Cristiano Ronaldo. So that's why when we talk about branded search, you need to ensure that all your marketing actions, which are created in order to generate this brand awareness, conclude with protecting your brand and ensuring you are ranking top 1 and even top 2, top 3 for your branded keywords.
Txema, we discussed about saving on affiliate costs, especially on the branded keywords. But I think you don't mean completely cutting here the affiliate traffic or something. There needs to be a very good balance over there. Maybe you can tell us more about that, how it should be the affiliate traffic, when it comes to its establishment after the brand protection strategy.
I mean, it depends. I mean, there are brands already known by everyone that maybe they don't really get that much brand awareness due to being part of an affiliate network. But there are small brands. If you just open a casino or a betting site less than a year ago, how do you make your website known? Well, you can sponsor Cristiano Ronaldo, as I said, but maybe you don't have the resources to invest on that brand awareness. So I think that ideally, it's a balance between all the strategies I've been speaking. So at the beginning, I would invest on generating brand awareness through affiliate marketing. I will also do some PPC at the beginning. I will invest on SEO. As I said, if you build your website, your, let's say, SEO targeted website, not only for protecting your website, but also start increasing your content and increase your authority and your what Google calls EAT, your expertise, because in the long term, that will be also free traffic. And you could, at some point, cut completely the PPC cost and replace it with SEO, that it will be like a free of charge and constantly increasing. But overall, all these strategies that could generate brand awareness, we're talking about the affiliates, the pay-per-click, the SEO. If in the end, when your brand awareness is big, you keep giving commissions and you keep losing money, you keep losing your return on investment because your branded strategy is not correct, it's not going to work. So for me, ideally, it's to try to combine all those strategies. Affiliate websites at the beginning, they will help you ranking for high competitive keywords, because for a small website, a new website, to rank for brands, for keywords like best online casino or best sports betting site, it's almost impossible. They are giant whales that will outrank you. But an affiliate that has been doing this for many years, they can make you be on a listing for these type of keywords. At the same time, you can concentrate in trying to rank for smaller keywords. So, as I said, affiliate traffic, it's quite useful when targeting keywords that you are not capable of ranking. But if the affiliate traffic, it's coming from your branded keywords, if people is searching for, is this brand legal? How to register here? What is this welcome bonus? This is information you already have on your website. And actually, with much more accuracy, we've seen an example that a website was saying 888 doesn't have a bonus when they do have a bonus. Probably it's because they just cut their affiliate contract, and that's why they decided to say it doesn't have a bonus, go into this other website. But that could be misleading to the traffic. So you need to combine a strategy of affiliate marketing with brand protection, and ideally, I would suggest also for a starting company to add PPC and SEO.
Txema, before jumping into the question that everybody's waiting here, I think about the numbers, I would like to ask you briefly, maybe you can answer to this one. When would be a good time for a company to invest on a brand protection strategy? For instance, I just started my iGaming website. Is it a good time right now? I just do it right after the launch, or should I do this a couple of months later? But when would be the right time for that?
I mean, we spoke about the difference regarding brands. I think any time is good to try to protect your website. If you are an established website with 500,000 traffic, it's clear that there is a lot of branded traffic behind your website. So, I mean, the ideal day is yesterday.
I love it.
Now, if we're talking about a small brand, it's true that there is not such a big branded traffic. Probably there is almost zero in the first month. However, you will be doing some brand awareness campaigns. You will be contacting and paying affiliates, because sometimes you need to pay affiliates in order to be listed on their listings, on their pages. So you will be spending some resources in generating this brand awareness. Maybe you find a sponsor. Maybe you create a bonus which is unique in the market, and you are offering double than any of the competition. And all those you will be promoting on social media. You will be hiring a YouTuber or a TikToker. Well, TikTok, I think gambling is forbidden, but you will be hiring influencers to promote these things. If at that time, when you are starting your casino, people searches for your brand and you are ranking position 6 or 7, then the very little revenue you're going to find, it's going to be divided by 33%, 40%. It's going to be cut because you didn't start protecting your brand. Ideally, for a new operator, I would say, before you launch your website, come ask me and check if we can already optimize your website, not building the satellites, but at least start your main website being SEO friendly, or start building like a blog. Why? Because if your articles targeting your branded keywords go live before any review from us gamblers, any review from any very powerful affiliate, you're going to have sort of a priority for Google. Your content was there before, and you're going to have advantage. At the beginning, the search volumes will be lower, but people will be already clicking your results, and that traffic can actually generate more and more expertise, more and more authority within your main page. And it will, as we spoke, increase your return on investment because overall, most of your traffic acquisition will be from there. And if you don't get a lot of traffic, if you don't get a lot of new customers, you need to ensure that 100% of those customers, 100% of the money of those customers, it's ending up to you, because you have a lot of expenses, especially at the beginning. You need to sort your payment method system. You need to pay. Well, I mean, anybody handling a casino operator knows how difficult it is to set it at the beginning. So you need to ensure, especially if you get like a high roller or something like that, that you keep the highest return on investment and the highest revenue per player as possible. Yeah, I mean, I think I replied.
Yeah, that was more than brief, Txema. Thank you. It was very insightful. So just to sum it up a little bit here. So we said that an ideal brand protection strategy would look like this. So we work on the brand SEO at the first place, and then later we can build 3 to 5 satellite websites depending on the market, depending on the resources. And these are going to be like microsites, as you call it, 5-6 pages websites that we heavily work on branded keywords. So how much a successful brand protection would cost? So Txema, let's give some numbers.
Okay. Now, as I mentioned, everything will depend a bit on how big is the brand you want to protect. As we spoke, for a new casino, it's going to be much simpler, because probably there's no affiliate websites. Because the affiliate websites, they find that there is no search volume for your brand, they're not going to make big efforts. They're gonna see, oh, this brand, nobody's searching for them, so I'm not going to put backlinks to their reviews. I'm not going to make a page targeting their bonus or a page targeting promotions, payment methods of this operator. Actually, if the brand protection strategy is already done, if the affiliate operator sees that this brand has already done their brand protection, they will say like, oh, there is no chance to go behind them because they already protected their website and their brand, which is also like a preventive way of doing brand protection, by anticipating this protection, you will discourage affiliates and other competitors for those branded keywords to do more aggressive strategies. But anyway, we were talking about money. So if you have a small brand, at the beginning, there will not be a big search volume. So I would say with a smaller website, with very few keywords targeted, something like 2,000 euros per satellite website would be a considerable cost. So if you want to make 3 or 5, well, just multiply. That would be kind of the setup. And then there is a small maintenance. Like every month you need to invest a little on link building. It's nothing related to the main link building budgets that you work on with affiliate websites, even operators, that they normally spend 5, 10, 20,000 monthly on links. Normally we build like small links, topical related, or we do a little of gray hat, like something not super clear, but still under certain Google guidelines, and like tier 2s, tier 3s strategies. And with only, I would say, 500 euros a month, you can make a successful strategy like the example you shown before.
I see. So first of all, we need to decide how many websites to create, how many satellite websites should be a part of the brand protection strategy. And then after that, we need to do the, of course, the website design, development, content, all the things necessary to build the website. It also includes the SEO setup of the website, as you mentioned. And it could be as
low. I meant includes everything. Yeah. So it would be
right. So
the design, the development, the SEO keyword research, even the content written. And then, as I said, the maintenance will include certain revamps on internal links, certain links, tier 1s, tier 2s executed, refreshing content, let's say every 3 or 4 months for the very few pages we will build. Again, if we are talking about a huge website, you know, a Bet365, then probably the budget would be sensibly bigger. Why? Because everybody's targeting that. So we are already starting the last one in a marathon. We are already starting like 5 kilometers behind. Everything is doable, but resources would be a bit bigger.
Yeah, so basically the setup could be as low as 2,000 euro to start with, obviously depending on the website itself, depending on the market and everything else. And then there's a maintenance phase. So each month, obviously, we need to maintain this website in order to keep ranking higher, right? So this is also something around 500 euro to start with. And again, depending on the market and what kind of SEO work is done over there. Txema, thanks for these numbers. Let's maybe talk about some results. And I know that you have done this great work earlier for one of our clients, and I actually put the QR code for that particular case study. So now my question will be, what results can we expect from a successful brand protection strategy?
Well, I mean, we did many different projects of brand protection, but this is something we love highlighting because before the first year ended, after implementing the strategy, the client came to us saying like, "Wow, I mean, guys, after 11 months, we already reached the break even for the amount invested initially in all this brand protection. We saved 90% affiliation costs in the last year, and this was already like 2 years ago. So you can imagine that this increase on revenue has been exponentially since then. So yeah, it's something we feel very proud. Even as you see, one of the websites, it's outranking the main website, and yeah, the main strategy was doing 5 microsites on the numbers that we just spoke before, more or less. They had, I recall, 6 pages each. And yeah, the net revenue of the company spiked up because even though while they were doing other marketing actions and they were increasing their brand awareness. So if the figures at the beginning looked like that, but if you keep increasing your brand awareness, if your casino works good, if your betting website works good and friends like it, and they will tell to their friends and they will tell to the friends and the friends, and you keep increasing the tree, then your brand awareness will increase you will be doing other marketing actions, you will be doing new bonus campaigns, etc. That means that your branded keywords will keep having more and more and more search volume. So return on investment, it's infinite. I mean, if in this case, in 11 months, you already get more in return than what you invested. And that's something, that's an asset that you already have for the future. It's like SEO, but SEO normally takes at least 2 years to really reach break even on your investment. And that's a minimum.
Yeah.
But in this case, I mean, it's such a fast method for recovering this, because also, as we were speaking, SEO requires higher budgets, 10,000 a month, something like this. And for the figures we were speaking before, this is kind of peanuts in order to have your brand protected.
Absolutely. Txema, we have got a question from our good friend Jay Freitas about Revpanda. Before that, I've got another question from our viewers. So let me ask it and we can take it from there. How many websites do I need to build for a good brand protection strategy? So can you please answer this one, Txema, briefly?
Okay, so, well, I would say for a gambling operator, I recommend, as I said before, be a strong blog. You can call it blog, you can call it knowledge database, to target the branded long-tail keywords and some other niche-related clusters. Like if we're talking about sports betting, go for keywords like betting on Euro 2024, betting on Premier League, etc. within your blog, properly structured, with a semantic SEO approach. And then I would say build between 3 and 5 microsites, because, I mean, we SEOs, we know the hints of Google, but it's never exactly math. I mean, we did a very similar approach on the example we gave for 5 of these satellites, and 3 of them are ranking among the top 4 results. Actually, one of them is ranking above the proper brand, and the other 2 still they have good results, but why this one is on 7th position, the other one on 9th, and the other 3 are ranking top, it's still not unclear. So I would say by building 5, you will ensure that at least 3 of them will remain on the very top of your branded keywords. However, if your resources are really low, 3 satellite websites, if they are done perfectly and Google loves them all, you can achieve same results. You can still have top 4 queries with your main website and the other 3. And even if you tell me, no, but my resources are extremely limited, well, it's better doing 1 than doing 0. But in that case, I would suggest always go to the blog approach, because that approach will also bring, will also increase directly the traffic and the trust and authority of your main website.
I see, Txema. Thank you. With this, we actually came to the end of our webinar. The question that we got from the chat box, I already mentioned, and thanks to you, we answered that one. And we've got a question from Jay. Jay asked, how was Revpanda born? So Revpanda was established by a few genius young people in iGaming industry. At that time, it just started as a, let's say, journey with a few people. Now we are a company over 120 people across the globe, and we have many different services and a lot of expert people working with us. I'm very proud to be a part of this team together with Txema. And at the end of our webinar, I want to thank you, Txema, for sharing your insights about brand protection strategies today. And of course, big thanks to all of you joining us during today's webinar. If you'd like to learn more about how you can apply a winning strategy, for your iGaming brand, get in touch with us. Here is the QR code. Write to me, write to Txema, and book a free session with us to have a short consultation, and then we can tell you specifically what you need to do. So thank you. Have a lovely week ahead. Take care.
Bye.